Now, if you're blacking out, that still means something hit you in the head, right? Right. Or you hit something with your head, right. Now, with the car wreck, it could have been the windshield, I guess. Though that don't normally black people out. Even if it falls on your head, right? Not normally. People even go through a windshield. And again, it's the type of glass it's made out of, and they're also trying to make it safer, so it's made out of safety glass now, right? That's glass that won't cut you all up, like Dr. Guido's wife, right? I know, and all that, right? Now, being I'm from Georgia, surely you've heard of the Guido Association in Middle Georgia, but maybe you haven't, because they ain't aired that in a while, I don't know. Maybe you forgot all about it. But it's something I watched growing up, right? So again, right? But out of sight is out of mind, right? If you don't keep something going, no one knows it still exists, right? If you let it go, it goes, right? If you keep it in style, it's in style, right? Even if it's something bad. I know. Now, but we all know if you're blacking out, something's hit you hard enough to knock you out, right? Now, usually, a knockout can be however long it can be, right? Now, at the car wreck, it lasted almost 2 full days. And then when I left the hospital, I came fully too weird, huh? Very weird. Right. I know. With the fall, it's 2 weeks. I don't remember anything. And that's probably to keep me in the bed for 2 weeks, right? Because I'm probably trying to get out of bed if I know me, right? And they know I'm hurt, but I keep moving my lower extremities to show I'm not paralyzed, right? Or something, right? Until they let me get up and get fully out, right? And we're probably arguing about it, even if they're showing me the x-rays or whatever, right? And I'm telling them, well, then why can't I move my right foot? If I'm paralyzed, I would be paralyzed on both sides, but I can probably move my left foot a little bit too, right? I know me, you know you. And that's probably what we're arguing about the most, is if I can walk again or not. And I'm probably trying to move my body the whole time and get out of bed, and they're trying to stop me, right? But I don't remember none of it either, right? Because they were trying to make sure for 2 weeks that I can function, like I say I can, right? Then finally, they let you get out of bed. They let me get out of bed, right? And go from bed to chair, and then wheelchair, and then walker, and then crutches. I'm up within 4 weeks of that. 2 weeks, they just had me laying in bed, right? And on liquid diet, too. That's not good nourishment, but it's okay for what I was going through, right? They also didn't know if I didn't have internal injuries, and yet, if God's healing me, assuming you is healing me, man, right? As we go along, too, right? Now, I didn't have solid food for 2 weeks, so like I told you, when I'm eating, right, again, right, I couldn't digest the food at first, right? Everything shut off, right? It ain't been in use for 2 weeks, right? Right. But that's not 40 days and 40 nights, so it's still 2 weeks, right? No solid food, right? So it takes me a day or two, and they have to pump my stomach the first time, right? But a damn tube down my mouth, and me have to take it out by hand, right? And renew my energy through my hara, through my body, right? And ask God to heal it, right? And it healed it. Next meal, I'm fine. I'm able to digest it. I also start trying to move around and do other things more, right? And that's when they finally let me out of bed, right? Right. But you don't want to know. Now, some people want to know what you're feeling. Because there are some things you can hide. Right. Pure energy, right? Right. Right? Right. But you can hide things, right? You can act dumb during the day, and I act just as dumb as you act. So that's all it is. That's all it is. You acting dumb. Me acting dumb back, because I don't know what's going on, right? And I ain't trying to do nothing wrong, right? And again, right? You're messing with me as I'm messing with you, right? No, no. Someone mess with you first and you're messing with me because they mess with you, right? That's what I think's really going on here, right? And you're being like them and not getting it, right? You're not getting something, right? And that's why I get it, though, and you won't. I'm open-minded to it. You're not, right? So you can deny anything. You can lie about anything. Yet, am I calling you a liar? To your knowledge, you're not. But you also don't want to learn you're wrong. That sounds like the devil's in your heart to me. And God ain't God. They're both reaching you. And you're both being lukewarm. You and the devil. You and the devil. Even the devil believes there's one God and trembles, said James, right? But would you know? But don't you know? Faith without works is dead, right? Just as the body without the spirit is dead, right? Now, we are mechanical-like in our construction by God, right? We have bones, we have muscle, we have sinew, right? And we have skin, right? We have a brain, right? A heart, internal organs, right? That once exposed, only God can heal you. And you're tempting my God. I know you are. I know you are. You're still following our God. And you're still following your God, the bad God. And pretend you don't know. And pretend you don't know what you're doing. Yep. And now they're talking about the Sphinx and all that, right? Yet even Israel does it, right? They mix humans with animals, right? Even the Egyptians did that in their religion, right? And that's the problem, right? Religion can take you in the wrong direction too, and so can science, right? Both can if you're not looking at everything, right? Or you want to see selective things, right? And not everything either, right? When you show someone what you want them to see, is that not why it's called a lie? But when you show them the whole truth, and are trying to show them the whole truth, though they're shutting you down, not you, right? What can you do about it but still try to tell them, right? Until it has to get you out of here yourself, right? Right? But as long as it keeps you here, you gotta stay here too, right? Right. If it's keeping me here, I'm not here for you or your women, right? But they need to stay home too, or they're not listening either, right? I just know I'm trying to find a woman, right? Like I said, how many? One, right? But how many have I been with? Over 17 by now, right? Maybe 19. At least. I know of 2 others, right? Who are also the only 2 who could have done something about it, right? And lying about it. And acting like they're too grown up and then a child the next, right? Right. And I had to deal with that in my dating life too. Because, see, nobody knows who it really is, right? You're supposed to marry, but y'all won't admit that either and repent, right? See, you can repent of sex even if you get one pregnant, right? But at the same time, I'm not trying to get you pregnant. But you're not happy with your man, right? And I'm single too, right? And we can all make love here, right? That's the point, right? But if you can't keep her at home, I can't either. And you can't murder her either. Why is that? What did Jesus say about adultery? Forgive it, don't condemn it, right? You don't want to do that. You don't even want to picture that they knew it was Jesus' wife. And that's why they brought her to him, catching her with another man while it was still morning. Of course, that's the only time when Jesus is preaching, right? And she knows what he's doing, right? But they also know what she was doing. And then they brought her to him, right? See, this is filling in the gap. Because, though you know the story in the Bible, there's some details you're missing, right? All you know is that somebody's wife brought to Jesus. But what does Jesus care if you bring another man's wife to ask him what to do with her when he can't do nothing to her anyway, right? She's not his wife, right? Or is she? See, that's also the only way he can do something to her, right? Is if it's his wife brought to him, right? Not another man's wife, right? And if it's his wife, right, he writes on the ground about it, something, right? Well, what could he write? Both, right? Something to get them to think about something, right? Whatever it was. I know. But if he can write, why didn't he write the Bible or write the New Testament himself, right? Well, because he had witnesses who were supposed to witness for him, but even with them, if they're too Jewish for Jesus, right, or listening to their forefathers and not Jesus, right, they're loving mother and father more than him, or son and daughter more than him, right, and not being worthy of him, are they, right? They themselves are breaking everything Jesus told them not to do, right? But that's because they're letting Satan dominate their life, right? And we can all do it, right? This is about the speech, by the way, in Egypt, right? Now, what does John call, again, Jerusalem anyway? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Egypt and Sodom, right? Because you're trying to replace God with things, right? You want to build a temple, you want to do this, you want to do that. When man builds such things, right, to please his idea of God. When God is between the two cherubs, wings, right? Now, what happens with a capacitor is it stores electricity, but you can also release the electricity from the capacitor. Don't touch one, right? It'll kill you, right? Ask David's friend. So you need the two golden rods, right, to also carry it. Right. Because they're solid wood, right? The thing about a capacitor is it has a little opening, right? Right. Again, right. See, with an arc, right, that's so thick and so wide, right, and so tall, with the cherubs on top, right, with gold and shittim wood, right, by the way. Moses even tells you how you can remake it if you wanted to, by the way, right? But you gotta remake it, probably. They don't know where the hell's at, right? They're pretending it's in Ethiopia, but they won't show it to you. You know what I mean, right? If you have something and you won't show it to me, I wonder if it's even there, right? because you're hiding something. Yeah. And all you're doing is creating curiosity if it's there, but you're not proving it's there, right? See, the proof is in the pudding, right? If you eat the pudding, eat the pudding. But if you're not feeding me the pudding, I can't eat the pudding. So I'm starving, right, for the pudding. But you don't want to give me the pudding, right, and show me the pudding's real, right? So I can't eat the pudding. Anyway, you get what I mean, right? Just playing. Know what I'm saying? I know. But anyway, I'm only down to 5 views a day, 4 or 5, right? But I'm uploading every day, so you're obviously trying to ignore me. And yet I also seen it go up or down whenever you wanted it to too, right? He told you that too. Yet, how many people really know about me and how many people really don't, right? They're set from the Egyptian and the Sphinx. Half lion, half man, right? But not male and female. Only the Greeks kind of came up with that with Aphrodite and Hermes' child, right? And then it's the opposite of what happened with Adam and Eve. The female rejoins with the male, right? Not taken out of him bone and flesh, right? And made to her own body. Don't you get it, right? Or you don't want to, right? Are you naked and afraid? Or do you think that has to do with physical nudity or spiritual nudity? Mm-hmm. Are you clothed with the mind of Jesus, where we're naked and not ashamed still? Or are you being shamed by Satan because you're sinning with him and you're not forgiving or repenting of the sin? You're compounding it and making it worse, right? But that's the point. A mindset was created when Satan fell. And the demons don't come to you again in any area but your mind, right? And when you act batshit, you're batshit. When you act normal, you're normal. I'm acting a little bit of both because I was raised around batshit people. But I also saw normality. Right? And again, right. I see what normal is supposed to be in my life too, right? And I'm just trying to do normal things, not abnormal, right? And I don't judge the women, but I still tell them stay away, quit messing with me, leave me alone, right? I'm looking for the one, right? And I don't know if you are or not, right? If you're with someone, you done made a commitment, right? But if you can't fully commit either, right? Because he's not giving you something you want or need, but how long do you tempt it? How long do you pretend, right? Yourself. Because like I said, I even got my ex-wife pregnant within 4 days, right? Of being with her. So be careful out there, right? But you can pretend to agree with anything someone says you have to agree with to get permission to see women at all. And all I'm trying to do is see some ladies who are supposed to be old enough to be on the site too, right? You can't put underage girls on an adult woman website, right? Or you again are breaking the law yourselves, not me. Though I also know some women are short, some women are tall. Some women look young, some women look old. Some women look good in their old age, some don't. Some men too. Some don't. Some are old and healthier as a horse. And some die in early age, even in their childhood, right? Or as babies, even, right? But that's the knowledge of good and evil, too. That is. If Satan both killing, stealing, and destroying, and yet we're all wrong. We all know. We all don't know, right? We can do whatever we want, yet we can't, right? And it's all a crapshoot, right? Right. Because you want to play a game with God, right? And Satan, right? Who's showing you his game, right? He's your tarot card reader, right? He wants you to make your life a set of cards, right? And to make that happen in your life, right? Might as well pick up a playing card deck and do it with that too, huh? Right? Ain't no different. Ain't no different. But forgive it or don't, right? Like I said, right? Even the Ouija board can kind of work, but then you freak people out. But then what happened, right? With the girl Connie, right? Now, if you see the movie Witchboard at the time, was Connie with me, calls O'Brien, or not with me, calls O'Brien, or again, I don't remember, calls O'Brien, or her. There you go, there you go. See, only the girl herself can truly interfere with us, right? If we're together or not, and being intimate or not, right? Mm-hmm. But then she can also what? Blame you and change your mind. Right, right. Though Brian did kind of run into me when I was running through the damn trailer park. Wonder why. Do ghosts run towards you while you're on the bike? And I'm on the sidewalk and he's not supposed to yield the right of way to the man jogging on the sidewalk? Right. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. But that was after that too, right? Mm. But then suddenly she can also become afraid herself and think she made a mistake. After. Right. Mm-hmm. That's the problem too. That's the problem too. But after is also sometimes what? Too late. Too late. Especially if you do it more than 3 times in a row. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Or two. Or two. Front and back. Front and back. Top and bottom. Top and bottom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But see, we're all tempting it, right? The men and the women. And when you make something a war, you neither win nor lose. It's how you play the game, right? Mm-hmm. Right, right. Okay. Mm-hmm.